We all know about the dangers of drink driving and driving when tired, but as the festive party season gets into full swing, motorists might be tempted to take a chance. Just how badly is our ability to drive a car affected by drink and tiredness? Are you automatically safer accepting a lift home from a tired but sober driver, or one that's just on the limit?
So we've come to the Transport Research Laboratory in Berkshire to find out just how much drink and tiredness can affect your ability to drive your car safely.
The TRL team have given up their Friday evening to put two of us to the test in their high-tech simulator. This is Professor Andrew Parks, who's going to run the tests.
What we're trying to do today is use the TRL driving simulator to look at the different effects of alcohol and sleep deprivation. What we've got is a real car surrounded by large screens which show a simulated driving environment.
Goodness me, the seat rumbles and everything.
So what we're doing today is looking at two different drivers. One who's going to be sleep deprived.
This is our tired subject, former editor of What Car, David Motton.
And another who's drinking alcohol, well past the legal limit.
And this is our drinking subject. It's me, consumer editor of What Car, Peter Lawton.
Good God, that's true.
Give it plenty of revs when you move off.
Buckle up, start the virtual engine and pull away. The simulator really is remarkably lifelike. Baseline tests at 7 p.m. will give the experts something to gauge how impaired we become. David doesn't have too much of a problem in the second of our tests at 9 p.m, but I'm already struggling badly after 6 units of alcohol.
I can be such a ridiculous mess after another 6 units.
By now, I've had 12 units of alcohol, a breath test showing I was more than double the legal limit.
I can't believe I have to go and drive a car in a minute. It's absurd.
Thank you.
I'll leave my lights on.
So now I'm going to go to a caravan, get a good night's sleep, have a cooked breakfast, and then in the morning we're going to see whether I'm over or under the limit.
We're just getting ready for the last test, and I'm just going to get my eyes calibrated, make sure my machine is ready to observe what I'm up to, and then we'll get on with the final test.
I don't think I was driving very well on that last one. We'll see when we get the results tomorrow morning.
After 7 hours of alcohol-sodden sleep for me and just 4 hours for David, it's the last visit to the simulator to see how we get on.
Okay, we've got an interesting set of results here. Let's deal with the sleep-deprived driver first. We're noticing that as the driver becomes more fatigued, a general decline in performance. Most noticeable, I think, is reaction time. And we've got a driver here who, under baseline alert conditions, is actually rather quick. And after an evening's sleep of around 3 hours less than usual, we've got a reaction time which is actually about 40% worse than their best recorded time. So even after a night's sleep, some recovery, but nowhere near back to normal performance because they're sleep deprived. Let's have a look at the alcohol impaired driver. And the results here show quite a significant decrease in performance on all measures as the driver took on board more and more alcohol, up to around 12 units. What's of interest to me are two things. When we come to the next morning, the morning after the night before, we haven't got a recovery back to normal performance. We've got a driver here who is still significantly impaired. And it's interesting to see that the reaction time of the sleep-deprived driver is actually rather similar to the reaction time of the alcohol-impaired driver.
Yeah.
So, at 2 o'clock in the morning, David's driving had suffered more than mine had after 6 units of alcohol. The results are a real shock, particularly considering 4 out of 10 readers in a whatcar.com poll actually admitted to nodding off at the wheel. 22% said they'd even done it more than once. Ultimately, though, I performed far worse than David after having 12 units of alcohol, and was nearly over the limit the morning after, and performed appallingly badly then as well. Here's What Car's advice. Never drink and drive. If you have a long journey to tackle, try and get a little extra shut-eye the night before. Don't take stimulants like a caffeinated drink in the evening. Try and avoid driving through the night. Even if you've slept well the previous night, fatigue will inevitably set in during the early hours. Plan regular breaks. Stop at least once every 2 hours for a good 15 minutes. Much less than this, and you won't feel the benefit. Stop if you feel sleepy. If it's not practical to end your journey when you realise you're tired, find a safe place to stop, drink some coffee, and take a 20-minute nap. Don't be fooled into thinking that turning up the stereo, turning down the air conditioning, or opening your windows will stave off sleep. It won't.